Do you believe speed comes from increasing your metronome 1 BPM at a time? If yes, then you're not alone. At the same time, this could be the reason why you haven't achieved that speed yet, because it was the same exact thing for me. I spent years doing the same thing over and over again, slowly increasing metronome just to bring it back the moment I've hit the same exact speed ceiling. Then I discovered what every shred master knows but never talks about. Practice walking and you'll be good at walking. Practice running and you'll be good at running. That's why what I'm about to show you completely flips everything you think you know about speed building. And as a result, well, you're finally getting closer to that speed than ever before. That's my only aim for this video, so let's get into it with why the metronome won't save you. I'm sure you'll agree that most guitar centers you walk into, most guitar books you read tells you the same exact thing. Start slow, use a metronome, and gradually increase the tempo. They make it sound like the holy grail of speed building. But here is what nobody mentions. Paul Gilbert didn't sit around at 60 BPM for months. Yngwie Malmsteen wasn't slowly cranking up his metronome 1 BPM at a time. These guys were playing fast from the beginning because they understood something completely different. You can't be practicing walking for the rest of your life and hoping that one day it'll get you sprinting. The movement looks similar, but the muscle coordination is totally different. Same thing with guitar. When you practice slowly, you think about every pick stroke, and as a result, your muscle memories start optimizing for slow movements. Your brain creates neural pathways that include intentional pauses and calculated motions, and these pathways become stronger every time you practice slowly. You're literally training yourself to play slowly. Then when you try to speed it up, your muscle memory will fight against it. Your hands know how to move in a slow tempo, as that's what you've been training for. On the other hand, fast playing requires completely different neural patterns. One's based on momentum, flow, and reflexive responses rather than slow conscious control. And naturally, people can move their wrist fast without any prior training. If you remove the pick and just scratch your nails, how fast can you do it? Fairly fast, right? You see, it's naturally in you. And to also prove this point, here you can see my wife being able to generate crazy speed using this nail scratching approach. She might not know how to utilize this speed for shredding yet, but she's able to naturally generate it without any prior guitar training. So if we really break it down, there are only two ways how you can change the strings using the alternate picking. The first one is on upstroke. Using the 3 notes per string pattern, we go 1, 2, 3, 1. And the transition you need to nail is this down, up, which can be literally practiced on its own as follows. In a full speed, just trying to figure out how you can get from one string to another while staying nice and relaxed with your picking hand. Once that's all clear, then you add a few more notes to it. And the second and final way how to change between two strings is using the downstroke. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and you can see we end up with up, down. And again, that alone can be already practiced as well. And once that becomes a bit more natural, you add a few more notes to it. Doing it this way allows you to reverse engineer the shredding lines you've been admiring for years. But rather than worrying about all these strings and then simply saying, well, Lucas, the thing is, I wasn't born to play fast, instead you're approaching it systematically, step by step. And when you hit a roadblock, you'll exactly know what's the cause of it, as proper diagnosis is most of the time 90% of success. The reason I know this approach works is I see it every single week with students inside of modern guitar course, sharing their videos and saying that after all those years of being stuck, they never thought they'd be able to achieve such a speed. But I get how frustrating it must be. Practicing for hours, following all the traditional advices of increasing your speed gradually, and still not able to play the solos that inspired you to pick up the guitar in the first place. Meanwhile, you watch all the players online who seem to have natural talent effortlessly blazing through parts that you've been working on for years. The reality hits hard when you realize how much time gets wasted on this approach. Months turn into years of grinding through metronome exercises that don't actually build the skills you need. Your passion starts to fade as you wonder if you'll ever break through the next level. You start believing that maybe you just don't have what it takes. But here's the truth. The players who seem naturally gifted aren't always any more talented than you are. They just approach the whole speed building differently much sooner. They learn to work with their body's natural mechanics instead of fighting against them. So let's now continue with these string transitions inside of the B Phrygian to see where the bottleneck might be for you. And we're starting with upstroke using the same pattern on every string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this. And once you've got all that dialed in, it's literally just putting these fragments together into one continuous shredding line. Awesome, let's now do the same exact thing for the downstroke. Starting with the first string, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Moving on to the next string, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next string, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you practice enough in this speed, you start putting it together. And if you're wondering about all the different mechanics behind efficient speed picking, then I've prepared a full speed training that covers it all, alongside a full play-along speed routine as well. You can find the link in the description, but in a nutshell, your wrist should be able to do all of the work while everything else stays completely relaxed. Okay, most players mess this up by purely relying on their elbow to drive the pick in motion, and this elbow-based approach creates much more strain on your hand and very often is the reason why it's challenging to build the speed. Instead, just refer back to the nail scraping technique and just insert the pick and see if that helps. At the same time, keep an eye on how much tension you're using. Otherwise, it'll become very hard trying to achieve that high speed and mainly keep it up for a long period of time, because most players have no idea how much tension they carry while playing. Tension in your hands, arms, shoulders kills the speed instantly. Fast players stay completely relaxed even at blazing tempos. This relaxation allows their hands to move with natural momentum instead of fighting against the muscle tension. The biggest misconception is that you need to work harder to play faster. This is not a gym where if you want to lift more, you push more. With shredding, the opposite is actually the truth. Speed comes from working smarter, not harder. When you understand that there are only two movements to master and practice them with complete relaxation, exactly the way we've done it together, you'll be able to significantly compress the time it's going to take you to achieve that speed. No months of metronome torture, no gradual tempo increases. Start with the wrist motion or on a single string until it feels completely natural. Then add the string changes while maintaining that same relaxed wrist motion. Don't worry about precision at first, focus on motion and relaxation instead, and accuracy will follow once your hands learn the right movements. That's why I don't believe speed is something you're either born with or without. There is a high chance that those players you think that are naturally gifted might have just figured out all this much earlier on. So I genuinely hope this opened your eyes and gave you clear steps on how to finally break through that 120 BPM plateau. If it did, then just let me know by hitting the like button. And if you want to access the full speed training, then make sure to check out the link in the description. Thanks for being here, keep the guitar alive, and I'll see you in the next video.